I wanted to come into this room, but I was bald. People can see me through the window. That's why I had to wear a hat in my own house. It's not that I would wear a hat all the time if I were bald. If I chose baldness, I could potentially just accept it, right? Right now, my hairpiece is sitting in a splotch of conditioner. I want it to soften. I've only had it on for a few days, and there's nothing wrong with the hairpiece. Nothing is broken about the hairpiece at all. The thing is, back here, it was lifting a little bit, and along here, it was lifting a little bit. And French lace, okay, if this is Swiss lace, then this is French lace. I'm exaggerating. All right, how about this? Look at this, okay. If this edge here is like Swiss lace, then this edge here is probably like French lace. Just rougher, more durable, let's say. Like, if this is Swiss lace, then this is French lace. I'm exaggerating, but still, it's still a rough, sharp blade of an edge sticking out that I don't care too much for. It's a net, but it's rock hard, basically. Poly is, I'd say, the same thickness as Swiss lace. If Swiss lace was just a net of flatness, then poly is that flatness smoothed in with no holes in it. Not so good for allowing sweat and heat to vent through, but better for adhesion, better for gluing things. Like, you got a net like that, you're trying to paste glue on there, it's going to go through into the hairs and everything. That's what happened with the Swiss lace piece, right? That's no good. But if it was like that, poly, smother glue all over it, stick it down, right? It's stuck. It's stuck until your skin has pores and sweat glands and heat. What we need, children, is a primer. Now, people say, why don't you just try Max Hold Sport? Even though I've made like 20 videos with Max Hold Sport, didn't do shit. And No Sweat by, was it ProLabs? Equally useless. A lot of glues are useless as well. I don't know why they sold. It's almost like the FDA, is it the Federal Drug Administration? I don't know. Does that seem like the sort of organization that would be in charge of whether or not you're allowed to sell glue for human skin contact? I don't know. Whatever those jurisdictions are that monitor what's safe for humans and what should be sold for general use, I get the feeling, and don't you, that the entire hair industry is so niche and outside the radar of authorities that people just sell whatever the fuck they want and there's no seal of approval. And look at this stuff. Denka Rub. This stuff has some magic properties in it. I don't know what that says there. I can't mark, so that's not good enough. But that's some kind of, what does that say? iPhones don't allow for you to zoom in on things that are close up. Whatever that is, I know it's a map of Australia, but it could be, it's just made in Australia. I get the feeling though that these things have to be approved, right? Approved. Even vape juice. Even vape juice would probably have to be approved, right? To be sold. Although I get the feeling that industry is a little bit too new as well to have proper monitoring. Don't you get the feeling that everything's sort of like makeshift and they just sell it to you because nobody's watching over their shoulder? That's the feeling I get from the entire hair industry. We buy it, no proper guarantees or anything, because the industry is kind of too niche, too new. With food and things that you buy in supermarkets, they would do proper inspections of these sorts of things that are going to be consumed by humans. But there's no real level of trustworthiness in the products sold for the hair wearing industry. It's seems a little bit made in my backyard.com, you know what I mean? Now, I really enjoy the idea of being able to rub my forehead from here and all the way back as if it's all mine. It's all my head. This is my head, right? I get to play with my head whenever I fucking want, right? When I've got a hairpiece on, I just can't do this. It's a foreign object sitting on my head. This is my head, and then this is the foreign object, right? It might stay there for a while, but then it's just like a foreign object, right? Same as this hat. This hat is not my head. I wouldn't sleep in this hat. There's no reason to sleep in a hat, okay? Unless you're in fucking snow and you're freezing cold and it's a beanie. When I wear a hairpiece, I really want it to be part of my head. I mean, obviously, I want a full head of hair. That's what I want. I don't want to fucking stick shit on every day. But I also don't want to look like a pea or an orange, just to walk around with a bald head. And the thing is, you can't have a shaved head if you're fat and look good. It's impossible. Fat people can look good with hair. It's amazing. Not great, you're still gonna be fat, right? You're still gonna be Jabba the Hutt's second cousin. That's laziness on my part and laziness on the part of the person who's fat. You might say, oh no, it's okay because I'm on antidepressants and that gives me extra hunger. I know. You're not motivated. Not being motivated, might say it's not your fault, but it's certainly not nature's fault that you're gathering up fucking chestnuts for the winter so you can hibernate with all that fucking fat. Now you know you could limp around the block or pull yourself along the ground until all the calories are burned because it's so fucking hard and your back's killing you, but still you've burned some calories now. You could just sit there in the chair and go, flexion all your stomach muscles and everything else in such a way that it wouldn't hurt your back or your neck or whatever that other injury you've got. You've got really close to zero excuses unless you're drinking through a straw, in which case, in some bed, in some sort of cocoon thing in a hospital 24 hours a day, in which case you can't do the shit that I'm explaining in this video because you're paralyzed. Somebody else would be having to follow my instructions. And by the end of the day, you just sweat and they just probably let it just fall off your face and just into your fucking soup, which you can't properly drink without being spoon-fed. It just drools out anyway, and someone has to do this to your face every day, right? In that situation, being overweight and having no hair on your head are the least of your problems. I'm talking about first world problems here. I'm talking about people who are vain. People who have already got enough food to eat and everything else. Enough food, they're not paralyzed, they're able to see and hear and all the other amazing pleasures we get for free in life, and we just take them for granted. And the one complaint we've got is that we're not as good looking as we were when we had a full head of hair. Sounds like we're selfish assholes, I know. But we are. We want a full head of hair, and we don't want any mistakes in that fucker thing, right? We want to be able to brush our fingers all the way back without having to worry about this all fucking peeling back all the time, just peeling back at their front hairline. And I sure as shit don't want to have to walk to a window in my house going fucking I don't have to worry about that shit, man. I want to be able to walk around freely. And I could if I just shaved my head and decided, you know what, I'll shave it, bro, and then have a beard so my fucking face is upside down. No, I don't want that shit. Why would I choose that? I mean, and then I've got to get into the fine art of beard maintenance. Put some little bows in here and some little flowers, and once in a while feed the birds who live in there in the fucking nest. No, I don't want a fucking beard nest. I'd want a head nest, if anything, like Marge Simpson, but I still don't want that. I'd rather be bald than have Marge's hair. If I had to choose those two for a long period of time. I'm not gonna walk around like this and fucking have to juggle this fucking thing on my head and try to duck really low under doorways and stuff. Wouldn't even fit my bed. Probably sticking back into the projector that's on the floor behind my bed, shining up porn onto the ceiling. And fucking my hair would probably catch fire in the projector. I wouldn't be able to see the porn properly. So of course I'd rather be bald than that. But in terms of Swiss lace versus French lace versus poly, poly wins. Not the original poly. The original poly was like this. Poly 0.03 millimeter. It's good. Issues for making that hairpiece better are all about bleaching the knots and letting air go through. Now, for a long period of time, I wasn't wearing lace, and so a lot of the things you heard me talk about were about methods by which to allow heat to vent out. And I even got a spiker and I started stabbing holes into the poly to try and get the holes that lace already have. But of course, it still didn't prevent me from just smothering the whole fucking thing in glue and slapping it on my head, right? Whereas with lace, I can't do that at all. I spent this morning peeling off all the glue that was on the back of the lace base so that I'd prepare it to put it back on, because I'm going to put it back on. But it's just a bit sharp edged at the moment. I'm hoping that like letting it soak in conditioner will soften the whole thing, like fabric softener. But that French lace piece that I've got in there in the bathroom is has unbleached knots. Absolutely disgusting. You really need to complain if you ever buy a lace piece and the knots are not bleached all the way through. Complain, please, complain for the sake of all of us. Complain, for fuck's sake. Bad things happen when good people do nothing. Fucking complain, help us, help us. Don't let the industry continue to get away with this no guarantor, no oversight body shit. They just keep throwing this shit at us. We're gonna keep paying them. If they're gonna sell a product, why not do it the Samuel Spall way? Blonde hairpiece, all of them. We've already discovered in the comment. If you're not reading the comments of my videos, then you're not part of the conversation. It's not just me talking at you and I'm the wise one. I'm just giving you a kind of a fireplace in which the comments underneath the videos can have something to discuss, right? And then that leads to other people having conversations with each other, right? I don't have to be part of all of it, but I'm interested too in finding out information. I don't produce hair pieces at all. All I do really is complain about them and figure out ways to work around why they're not built properly and how we can fucking stick them to our head and get them to look more realistic, given that they're not made properly. If they were made properly, I probably wouldn't have anything to say. But two issues we need to resolve here. One, glue. Glue that sticks to your head and doesn't come off, and also sticks to your fucking hairpiece and doesn't come off. And two, hairpieces being good. What is the main problem with hairpieces right now. The main problem is the roots do not look good. In my imagination, I haven't seen it, but it seems likely, very likely, that blonde roots, and I'm saying blonde as in clear, not really, yellow, right? I want yellow and then my hair color, because that would look like these bits that I've inadvertently bleached the other day when I was trying to bleach that hairpiece to try to get the fucking hairpiece to look okay. Can't be yellow like that. It's got to be very clear. Like if you had the clear hairpiece, obviously hairs aren't naturally clear, like fucking, I don't know, like the netting. But light, really light. Even black people want this fucking thing to be light. They do not want the dead ant look all over their head with knots, okay? Now I don't even want knots to be part of this because that means I probably have lace at the front. I do love lace around the back perimeter, but definitely not here where I want to just glue it exactly all the way to the edge and then just pop it down. It's 100% accurate. Having to deal with tape marking and fucking spray tan marking and shit to try to get an idea of where I should stop gluing and just guess where or using a fucking comb to put fucking pinked holes in my fucking forehead that last long enough for me to try to get glue into the lines, and then I put the hair down and it's still a millimeter off, so it's on either a millimeter overlap, which is awful, right? That bit all along the front, a millimeter overhang, or even worse, it stops short of the glue, which is now a millimeter lower than my fucking hairpiece. So this entire shiny area, which is gonna get all the fucking dust and disgusting, and it'll be a big black line there, and hairs will get stuck like that until I have to keep picking them out all the fucking time, right? With poly, none of that has to happen. So there's no question that poly front hairline is the answer. You do not want netting where you can't even glue onto the fucking netting. You've got to glue onto your head and guess. Once you've gone with poly and you realize you can just glue directly onto the base and just push it down, it's 100% accurate. All the other methods are a million times worse. Now I've seen some hair companies, nearly every hair company sells fucking poly around here and then lace at the front. What the fuck is that all about? You want maximum breathability, and back here you can't even see the fucking knots and shit as much. You might as well just have the shitty lace back here. And lace goes up against the fucking perimeter so much better than poly does. So it's so much, this is the edge of poly. This is what lace looks like. This is my graphics for you. I'm not gonna fucking draw shit and animate it for you because I'm just a garage, somebody back fucking garage.com as well in my fucking videos, right? So poly, this is your fucking perimeter all along there. I don't think I need to draw that anymore clearly. If you don't understand that that's your hairs growing out of your fucking scalp, like exactly the same as that, fuck off. All right, so that's your hairs growing out of your perimeter. And this is the poly. Bump, bump, bump. Does that smoothly show you a transition between natural edge of your perimeter and the poly hairpiece? No, it does not. If it's lace, it's like that, right? It's just sort of flopping around. And so it's harder to see any join all the way along there. So lace around the outer edge on the perimeter, don't ask me about this ever again or I'll fucking punch you in the face, matches up better, right? And along the front, we got forehead, which is just skin, no hair. See, there's no fucking, my eyebrows, even if I brush them up, they're still not gonna match up and touch the fucking hairpiece, right? So what we've got here is the hairpiece to skin in that direction, all on the front hairline, right? And then back here, we've got hairpiece to hair. Do you understand? Hairpiece to skin, hairpiece to hair. Two different subjects, one hairpiece. How do we do it? Poly on the front, lace on the back. That's how you would do it. Obviously for me, I don't want to be paying for all those personalized, custom, individual hairpieces that do that. Although, I did think of something the other day that might solve it for me a little bit. And that would be if I ordered, instead of getting a big rectangle 15 by 30 centimeters like that, which is the custom orders I'm still waiting for since June, by the way. It's now nearly December. Fuck off screen alerts. If I got, instead, I got a sort of a ribbon, and some of it was like poly all along like that, and then lace all the way back there, right? Then each hairpiece I cut could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along this ribbon, which would be this wide, right? Instead of that. It'll be this, and then I just cut out. No. So poly along one edge and then lace on the back edge. That's how it would be done. I really need to find out more about how these people are manufacturing this shit, but I shouldn't have to investigate that. Is it still the pioneering days for these people, these companies, to be making hair in such a, oh, we don't know how to do that? It's like, oh, can I have a Big Mac without any of the special sauce? Thanks. Oh, we don't know how to do that. Well, aren't you making them all fresh just over there? Yeah, but we don't do that. It's like, you can either discount the special sauce price off the burger and I'll pay that much, 50 cents less or whatever, or fuck it, I'll just give you the full price. Well, we don't do that. But they do custom orders. Unfortunately, they do them. Imagine, instead of getting a Big Mac, I'm a vegetarian, by the way, so this is a bad example for me, but you all know what McDonald's is, unless you're a fucking retard. That's all I have to say, okay? You go to McDonald's, you say, I want a Big Mac, but I want tomatoes in there. Oh, the tomatoes cost 50 cents extra. That's fine. Yep, Big Mac, tomatoes, ching. That'll be $17.85, please. Thanks, there you go, all right? Same amount of time to create. If the Big Mac normally takes 30 seconds to make for you, it's now going to take 35 seconds, 32 seconds to add those tomatoes, right? Not 1 week versus, well, June, July, August, September, October, November. 6 months to make the fucking Big Mac. I don't understand why it has to take so fucking long. And the thing is, it wouldn't take so long if creating partials, which I've said many times, constitute 80% of the fucking market. Put your hand up if you wear a partial instead of a full topper. There you go. And now, put your hands down. Now put your hand up if you've got a full topper. Well, only 4 of you. Oh, 5. I didn't see it at the back there. Okay, so there are about 385 million people who wear partials and about 8 people who wear full toppers. Case closed. That's all the evidence I need. I don't want to walk around bald. I want a full head of hair. But I don't want a shit one and I don't want to wait for it. I want to buy it and I want to get it out of the way. I don't want to have to deal with every company. Like, imagine if I still had to fucking have a discussion about how my fucking vaporizer is going. Or I have to speak to Kleenex once a week about how this box of tissues is going. Are they working well to clean your nostrils? Yeah, they're fucking fine. Shut the fuck up and leave me alone. I gave you the money. These are my tissues now. Fuck off, right? The coffee. Do I have to keep contacting the coffee company and having an email fucking discussion about it? No, I own the coffee now. Fuck off. Thanks, you gave me what I wanted. I gave you money so you could put your kids through college. That's it. Our relationship is done. I don't want to have to discuss it with you. And the same with the people who made the fucking light bulbs in this, and the people who fucking took the sand off the beach so they could make the glass for these window panes. I don't want to talk about the people who were doing the shoveling of the fucking sand 300 years ago, whatever the fuck this thing was. The sand was collected to make that window pane. I don't know how it works. It's amazing. Sand turns into glass. It's insane. It's really amazing, actually. But still, I don't want to talk to them. Our relationship is done. It's been paid for. Why then do we have to spend so fucking long discussing custom pieces and waiting and describing it and shit? Look, there are only like 2 different things people want. partial or a topper, right? Or a full. If you're basically getting a wig. I don't understand why somebody would buy anything other than a topper. Because after that, you're sort of going to wig zone, aren't you? If you're completely shaven all over, or you can't grow hair all around the sideburns and everything, you want to do all that. I mean, it seems like too much trouble to have to like glue down sideburns and all the other things that are needed to get a full. A wig would certainly fix that problem. If there is a massive market for that, I don't see what it's for, because wigs already exist and you're just doing that full head thing. I don't get why you would. Like, I can imagine a girl, for me, a girl in my mind has a nice head of hair, right? I know in Europe and some countries, it's fashionable to have a short-haired girl, like Natalie Portman when she shaves her head in V for Vendetta, right? But that's not her best look. She doesn't keep going back to that. Sigourney Weaver from Alien 3 doesn't keep going back and thinking, you know, I love that look. I'm gonna keep going back to that. No, one off, that's it. Sinead O'Connor, she's probably got the longest flowing Rapunzel fucking hairdo. People are tripping over her fucking hair as she walks down the street right now. Nothing compares. Ow! Fucking. Sorry. It's alright, everyone keeps tripping over my hair. So, chicks look better with longer hair. Guys look better with some hair. That's for fucking sure. Unless they're The Rock or fucking, you know, Bruce Willis. But even Bruce Willis kind of look better with hair. I think the market's pretty easy. Toppers and partials. Nobody wants the front to be lace, so we can throw that away. We've now alleviated 90% of the rubbish that they have to worry about in the creation of these things, right? You want to be able to just stick down the hairpiece at the front. Now, I understand you people are saying Swiss lace looks the best at the front because it graduates and it's little trickly hairs that come out of the front. You're fucking mental, all right? It looks fine on the first day. Yes, it looks 100%. Okay, when I first didn't have hair and I realized this is something I could do, the sticking pubes with chewing gum to my forehead all over the place didn't look realistic, right? And I thought, there's got to be some people who sell this shit, right? And I talk all about my epiphanies and stuff about how I decided it must exist, and I went out and found it for sale in that audio recording video that I made on this channel. Yes, I have made other videos apart from this one for those of you who are just coming in and deciding, oh, this guy's the first time ever on YouTube. I'm going to tell him how hairpieces work. There are only, okay, everyone with a partial, who wants a partial at the front instead of just that tarantula at the back, they want a poly right there at the front. Now, I just want to throw away that Swiss lace thing at the front again. Yeah, it looks fine on the first day. It looks realistic, okay? It looks perfect. It looks perfect on the front, so long as the glue is not shiny. Now, how fragile do you want to have to be with this fucking thing that's part of your head, right? Oh, I don't want any breeze with dust in it to come past, otherwise it'll start sticking in through all the holes where there's glue exposed, shining out. The moment it's sunny, shine, glow, right? And then this fucking thing is melting, the glue's melting visibly to everyone. And you're trying to brush it over to try and hide some of that shine, or stick your fingers in there to de-shine it and stop the melted glue from shining through. And then you're sticking hairs in and they're all catching up and creating this twisted fucking dreadlock. You've only got like 15 hairs along the whole front, so now 5 of them just bunched together, and you can't brush that out with a comb with some fucking alcohol or anything. It's fucked. Throw the whole fucking thing out now. No, you want poly at the front. That graduation bullshit is fucking crazy, man. You're risking exposed base. You've only got 15 hairs at the front. You're graduating it, so now you've just made it down to 12 hairs. So you've basically got netting showing to the world. Hope you're wearing a hat, but not with fucking lace though, because that's gonna squish the glue in through the holes and it's gonna stick the hairs together. let's just throw away, we'll just say right now, anyone who thinks that a front hairline made out of lace is a fucking moron, and we'll just dismiss them as being Trump supporters or something, right? So basically, you want poly at the front. No question. There's no question. Obviously, you don't want them going side to side if they're going to be stitched with that V system, V loops, right? They cannot be going side to side. So they're all going nose to spine in that direction, all right? So now we've eliminated like 15 different ways that you could make the front hairline. We never have to, the companies never have to make them again. Always do nose to spine poly along the front hairline. That's a given from now on. And you don't want some thick poly so you can save money. No, just don't sell those other versions. It's just dumb, all right? Everything else, every other version of a front hairline is nonsense by comparison, all right? Secondly, you don't want the V-loops to have dark bases, right? So what you want to do is have invisible stitchings where the hair meets the base. So there are no roots that are dark. You want them to be coming out tiny little blonde bit, but not blonde and then cut the color in. No, you need to be able to drop whatever it is into some sort of peroxide, or, as Samuel Spall keeps saying, you fucking have all blonde hair pieces, so long as it doesn't deteriorate the hairs and make them curl up and go all fucked up, right? You start with blonde, then you, if it's hanging up, if the hair pieces are hanging downwards like that, then you just, whatever machinery, you fucking set up obviously a Mars bar packing factory so you can send through all the hair pieces like boom, boom, boom. You don't want somebody fucking ding, 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 taking fucking 10 years to make one hair piece. Can you imagine if somebody had to manually make this box? It's pretty magic that the next box beside it looks exactly the same, isn't it? How long do you think this box took once it was in the factory? I reckon there was some cardboard, it was going doing the printing, and then it was being sliced along next in the production line to make that exact shape needed to make this box, right? Then glue was going a million at a time, right? Folding it, closing it, pushing it, boom, packaging it, right? With even that thing, that perforation ready to go, right? Hair companies need to fucking catch up with mass production. Like, there are enough people who are balding in the world that you should be able to sell. If there are some people out there who've never even tried wearing a hairpiece, if you're a hair company, you failed. Because it's amazing. The feeling of seeing yourself with a full head of hair. This is what I gotta look at myself like this, right? Naturally. I gotta see myself like this. Maybe I've got a bit of a little island there as well, which is thinning out and shit. But all those old photos of me like that, I want to kind of get rid of them, right? I just want a full head of hair, just brush it like fucking dude. Well, since my baby left me, right? I want to be Elvis Presley. So does everyone else, all right? So don't be a fucking shitty hair company. Make the hair pieces mass produced. Invest a couple of $1 million into machinery that's going to just put you at the front of the entire industry, and nobody will be able to compete. Nobody wants a lace front hairline unless they're a fucking moron. They want a poly hairline. And you can't have V-loops going side-side, horizontal. That looks like shit. I've explained that to you many times. Doesn't even need me to explain to you, just common sense, all right? And if V-loops aren't the best way to do that into poly, find another way. But V-loops seem like the cheapest, and they certainly, sure as fuck, seem like something a machine could do. Like 1 million threads. Just fucking, I don't know how you, imagine you've got some I don't want to have to invent the fucking machine for you, all right? Give me half of that $20 million you're gonna spend on it. If you're gonna make me design your hair manufacturing machine. If you get all the hairs that you get from somewhere, look, wool wool is hair, right? Do you think that there's always, like, there's some little old lady doing, you know, touch the spindle? She's just with her foot going up and down on this thing that's just pushing this thing to turn the big blob of sheep's wool into thread as step one. Fuck no. Wool. Dump it all into this and go pump out, you know, fucking Zara jumpers or something. All right, at least have the thread manufactured. People aren't then sitting down. It's like a machine just 10 billion fucking threads at a time. Not somebody doing one hair at a time. You fucking idiots. Fix it all. The whole industry. Fix the whole fucking thing. I'm sick of this shit. All right? June, July, August, September, October, November. Still haven't received my third or fourth part of my order. Because you've got to make it during COVID, right? This, you know what? You know who doesn't get sick from viruses? Robots. Make them. Make an entire factory of robots. They will be making their hair. Doesn't matter. People will be like, do you need more oxygen? Is your ventilator working okay? Yes, listen. I need a hairpiece. I don't want to die bald. Right? The robots have already made their fucking COVID, you know, fucking funeral hairpiece. Not that anyone's allowed to attend the funeral, but mass grave. Fucking COVID. But fuck all death in general. It's not my fault. So if you think my joke was mean towards COVID sufferers, you're mean for prioritizing the COVID deaths over cancer and AIDS deaths and infant mortality deaths. So shame on you for focusing. Now, do I want to stick this thing to my head again? No, I don't want to have to do it, but I have to do it. Do I want to lift up this hat and place it on my head before I walk over to the window? No. Do I want to get dressed? No. Do I want to have a shower? Do I want to blow my nose? Do I want to do anything? Yeah, some things. You got to move to exist. Otherwise you're sitting there going, change the channel, Marge. There's no life there. You have to actually get up and do shit. Got to brush my teeth, got to have a shower, got to take a shit, got to wipe my ass, got to dry my body after the shower, and all the other boring shit that is just maintenance. It's like, why can't I just wake up, bing, fully freshened, standing upright like George Jetson, ready to start my day. Teeth brushed and everything. We're just not there yet. And I'm still made of chunky fucking mortal envelope meat. I've got to wait until, you know, transhumanism comes of age before I can graduate to the next level. Get some more implants and become part of your hive mind. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, revealing the baldness. I'm coming out of the closet. No, I'm not. Fucking so scary. You're not ever seeing me like this. All right. Now, for my next trick, I'm gonna stick a fucking dead rat onto my head so that it looks like a full head of hair. Again. All right. Can I be bothered shaving that for proper adhesion? No, I cannot. Yeah, I brushed the hairpiece after I let it sit in the conditioner for about half an hour. Is it softer? Slightly. Will it stay soft? When it dries, probably be back to normal again, so it's all a big waste of time. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The front hairline's still gonna have to be dealing with that lace shit, right? So I peeled the cover off the Ultra Hold so it's actually usable. Look at that. It's separated. Can't be shaken though. Gotta stir it. Look how cloudy it's become. Look how the brush can barely go any lower than this. That's what I've complained about. Why the fuck would they make the brush stop there? Look at, it's like dried out at the top bit. It's like coagulated or something. What's going on? Yeah, it's big chunks. Like it's trying to harden or something. I can't get the brush any lower than that. That's not dried out anymore. It's not behaving correctly. You're thinking, spray some alcohol in there, shake it up. But that makes it turn white. You know what I should do? Where the fuck's the camera? Look. You know what I should do? I should melt it in a hot bowl of water, like chocolate. If any of you are okay with the brush not reaching the bottom when you go to dip this thing in, please stand in front of a gun that's about to go off, because you're the reason the world's shit. Oh look, now if I've screwed it all the way down, it nearly touches the bottom. How useful. There's something massively wrong with that glue right now. That's pretty fucked up. I have tried spraying a little bit of alcohol in before and shaking it up and leaving it overnight. It never really helped. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go get a bowl of warm water. All right, check this out. This is too hot to touch. Ow, 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 right? This is the shitty thing. Look, see how it's sticking to the ceiling? I want it to be softer. Do you think that's gonna help by warming it up like this? I wanna see it go clear, and I wanna see it to have a lower viscosity. I want it to stay down there. Let's see if that improves. All right, the water's just completely cold now. Still cloudy, isn't it? You can see that dribble where it's different. It's like water in there. All right, so that was a fail. Can't just put some coagulated glue into some hot water, apparently. It doesn't work like chocolate. Anyway, wait there for a second. This will take a few seconds of your time, and I'm not gonna edit it. You're just gonna have to fucking wait. I'm just gonna go into this box over here and find something, all right? If you can't be bothered waiting, then fuck off. Walker tape, extra hold, extreme hold. $65 a bottle. I shaved my head, by the way. I shaved my shave zone and washed it. Because what I'm going to do now, first of all, I'm going to get a fucking fan because it's fucking hot. I'm not going to make you wait for that one. "24 degrees, 60 degrees, humidity." Still can't remember what humidity means. 100% humidity is not a cup of water. It's like fog. So, condensation, when water droplets are so compacted in the air that they are visible with the human eye. That's my guess. This is alcohol. So medical clean. My head is now medically clean. That's clean, very fucking clean, alright? We just killed every bug that was crawling around on there. Except the strong, brave warriors who persevere with their fucking skiing stocks, dragging their back half, all the guts are hanging out that were dissolved and stuff, right? Now, Walker tape extreme hold is useless as a glue. If you didn't know that, watch back through the last 285 videos that I've made that tell you everything. Can't re-explain everything from scratch every fucking video. Alright. This will create massive lumps if I don't smooth this out, because it hardens as plastic and can't be flattened down afterwards. If it doesn't stick, then why am I sticking to my head? Well, it sticks to my head yeah, you can hear people laughing and shouting and stuff now because the lockdown is over in Melbourne. We're allowed to leave the house. We're even allowed to go outside of Melbourne into rural Victoria as of about a week ago, which is amazing. We were locked down for 9 months. And now we have 0 new cases a day. I've heard in the United States they get 120,000 new cases a day, so I don't know what you guys have been doing over there. We've been locked inside our houses, having to wear masks if we ever leave to get essential items. And we weren't allowed to leave the house if it wasn't for the purpose of collecting essential items. We weren't allowed to visit relatives or anything. So I'm going to use this extreme hold simply as a primer. I really hope it's not too lumpy. I feel like it's going to be really fucking lumpy. Now, it would be foolish of me to just glue it all around the back area and not at the front area. But as you know, with lace, you can't glue directly onto the lace. And either way, I couldn't glue primer onto the lace base anyway. When this stuff peels off my head at the front hairline, which it inevitably will, stop making me fucking speak clearly, pissed off. These fucking guys in the game of Risk that I was just playing piss me off, man. So dishonorable. Which country do you suppose? Every player in the game of Risk shows their nationality's flag, right? So you can see where they're from. Which countries do you suppose are the most dishonorable? The ones who just basically throw sand in your face after you've helped them out. The ones who support the tyrant and throw the game for everybody. And there's somebody taking over the world and they just basically fucking stand in your way of trying to stop that fucking tyrant from destroying the planet. What kind of dishonorable fuck country do you think, without question, 100% of the time, gets in your fucking way and helps the tyrant instead of trying to play the game properly? There are a few. I'm always teetering between master and grandmaster in that game, so I am the top level. So I can tell you with authority who's a fucking asshole and who isn't. Well, I'm not going to tell you right now who that country, which country that is, where all the fucking fucks come from. Play Risk Global Domination on your iPad or your PC or your phone, and you'll get an idea. You might think it's bigoted to try to pick up a pattern like that, prejudice, to start looking at countries that are consistently dishonorable. But I'm not imagining this pattern. If you ever get to... It's already turning into fucking hardened plastic. Play the fucking game, man. If you're not angry, then you haven't been playing Risk. You should play Risk. Because alongside the anger comes a feeling of glory, which is amazing. Each game goes for about an hour. Look at this stuff. This is silicone. And it should make the perfect primer. My theory is this stuff will stay stuck to my head. Fuck. I need to find some baby wipes. I need to buy some more actually, but I've got some in storage here. I'm going to get some more. So like I say, again, don't ask fucking stupid questions in the comments. This is going to be used as a primer today, not as a glue to stick down my hairpiece. I find it to be fucking useless at holding down hairpieces. Do you understand? Yes, you fucking do. Shut the fuck up. All right. I still got to take that shit out. So this dries amazingly quickly, by the way. Not 15 minutes. It's about 2 minutes and the whole thing's dry. If it worked as glue, it would be amazing. Probably less shine than acrylic glues as well. Yes, it's alcohol, so don't ask stupid questions. Yes, it's a fucking comb. Alright, I'm gonna get these bits out the edges. My theory is the sweat won't come up through this stuff, and it will also insulate some of the body heat that comes off my head. Apparently you bleed profusely if you get a knock on your head, because there are so many capillaries and stuff with blood flowing through on your scalp, which means your head would give off a lot of heat. Probably more heat than the rest of your body, apart from your balls or your vagina. All right. It's already fucking dry. Now I'm gonna put down this fucking look at the color of it. This doesn't look good. I can't be bothered with a bottle that doesn't reach the fucking bottom. Fuck. Fuck you, Walker Tape Company. I'm running out of this shit. Gotta buy some more. It's about $40 a bottle. I'm running out of Devlin Green as well. I'm running out of everything. I need hair pieces and they're not coming. I ordered them in fucking June. It's nearly fucking Christmas. I don't think COVID can be completely blamed. There's got to be something else going on. You've got to figure out a workaround. If you're a company that's supplying your customers with stuff and then COVID strikes, how long do you reckon it would take to get your shit back together? Find a workaround, find alternative companies, hire new staff, totally find a new way to do things. 3 months, 4 months tops. I bet there have been 0 changes made and they're just waiting. I mean, the concentration camps are full, right? They haven't run out of fucking hair. There's enough fucking hair in the camps where all this donation hair comes from, the donor hair as they call it. So continue shaving their heads, feed them their fucking grains or whatever the fuck they have to eat to survive, keep the hair growing. Carnists would be happy with that comment because meat eaters don't give a fuck about the inferior, those who are used or bred for that. Obviously I'm fucking joking. I'm vegetarian, so I'm not pro fucking putting sentient beings into fucking death camps and harvesting their body parts for human luxury. Except in the case of hair, obviously, because that's different. No, it's not different. They get paid a shilling. So, the extreme hold is the primer, and the ultra hold is going to be the fucking glue. And yes, I've never done this before. Max Hold Sport is useless. No Sweat is useless. They're both supposed to be primers that are supposed to reduce the sweat coming through. Then somebody said something about, what's that injection? Think of it for me, go. What's the fucking injection? Botox, thank you. It's supposed to reduce sweat as well. This might be even better than Botox. Trademark. Better than Botox. Because it could insulate the heat. Then again, it could build up the heat. We'll see how it goes. The problem is still going to be that it is fucking lace, so I can never get right to the edge with the lace. Because I can't glue onto the lace directly. Maybe I'll do this experiment another time with poly as well. And this time, because I have to fucking guess anyway where the front hairline lands, I'm gluing where I think it's going to land entirely. So I'm not doing the 3/4 first and then the last quarter finally. I'm doing all of what I suppose is going to be needed. I probably need a bit more down here in the front, where I didn't even put enough of that fucking primer right there. That's where the primer's probably needed the most. Because that's where I want the lifting to not occur the most. Do you understand any fucking thing I'm saying? Thank you. Stay alert. Alright, I think that's dry. You can see the extra double thickness happening here. This area at the front here that matters it matters the most. Probably won't hold. As you can see, I've peeled all the glue off the back of this hairpiece. This is robust enough to handle all of that. before I spray some water on so I can see through the hairs. I've got to get rid of all these fucking things. You see that? All the plastic shit that they put through to try and make it into a dome. So glad I don't wear lace anymore. I do though, at the moment, unfortunately. Desperate times call for desperate measures. That was water, this is alcohol. Lining up the top center as best as I can. Trying to anchor these temples. Oh, fuck. Alright. There's an extra level of grippiness, I feel. So once again, the extreme hold is simply being used as a primer. I'm hoping it'll reduce the lack of hold between the ultra hold, which is not even touching my scalp anymore. I want that to hold strong to the hair. If it's not heating up and if there's no glue, no sweat getting in there, then it could potentially be improved by what I'm doing. It's worth the experiment. Except it's $65 for that bottle of extreme hold. I can feel there's no hold here at all. But also I think that front middle section could afford to be chopped off. I felt it was a little bit hanging a bit too low. But then again, so is the rest of this stuff. I didn't glue low enough for all of that. Well, in this situation, I'm gonna do it again. Add extra primer. Look at how nice that joint is back there between the lace and the natural bio hair at the perimeter. Fucking hell. This is what my fucking bench looks like. Alright, I don't know what just recorded and what didn't. I put this fucking thing in my head. I was showing you the bench, right? There's the bench. There. It's fucking like one of those coin machines. You put in 20 cents or something and it just pushes off the rest of the coins. And if you're lucky, you'll catch 30 coins, but it doesn't really want to ever fall, does it? Okay, so that join between the lace and the perimeter is fucking awesome. Poly can't do that. Lace, 1 point. Alright, now, I didn't glue low enough to get all this down. So I'm gonna do all that. And once again, I have to fucking guess, but I'll probably use the tape marking method. What are we gonna use? We're gonna use the fucking micro pore tape, which is the best tape for tape marking. Buy it if you wear lace. Don't not buy it, buy it. I don't fucking sell it. I'm recommending it to you because I've had a few different tapes that I've tried and this is by far the best, and it's medical, so it's designed to stick to your skin. But then again, so is the fucking glue that I use to put on my hair pieces, and it doesn't work either, so. You do the front middle first, every fucking time. That's correct, every time. There's no need to fucking start diagonally up there or some bullshit. Start front center. Second step, left hand temple. Obviously that doesn't matter if it's left or right, but you want to do the side edge. That's not going to line up exactly with the rest of that, obviously, but I'm going to join the gaps. Micro pore tape. You imagine me as a school teacher? 3-year-old saying, "Foy." No, it's fucking 3, you dickhead. And what is 3 times 3? 6? No, 9. That's plus. Turn the fucking multiplication sign sideways, dickhead. Alright, that's how I will talk to the fucking 3-year-olds when I'm trying to teach them how to do maths. Maths, not math, like some fucking American. Maths. Mathematics. Mathematic. Dumbasses. Alright. Math. Math. How do you fucking fit 2 syllables into the word math? It's maths anyway, you fucking non-pluralistic pieces of dictator worshipping fucking pieces of shit. I fucking hate risk. Which means I hate anyone else in my vicinity. That means you. Alright. I'll be playing it again 15 more times before I finish the day. Alright. How did that fucking start arcing like that? That's bullshit. I was physically eating my fucking hairy beanbag. Alright, fucking go. Hurry up. I'll guess and then refine it. That'll fucking do. It'll miss by a millimeter every time, no matter what I do. You fucking piece of shit. Alright. Go. Back. Sit. I'm going to start with the primer, which is silicone. It's better fucking work. I hate summertime. It is the worst fucking season. We should do something about global warming just so we don't have to endure this fucking stupid sunshine. I vote that we black out the sky so we don't ever have to look at that ugly fucking yellow orb in the sky ever again. Sunset and sunrise are okay. After that, when it reaches its zenith, we should fuck. Can you imagine an Irish person trying to say zenith? What is the fucking problem with you Irish people in TH? You speak English, don't you? Zenith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just fucking say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You stupid fucks. I'm gonna fucking nuke your country if you don't fucking pronounce those two letters properly. What the fuck is wrong with you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fucking just say 1, 2, 3. You just put your fucking tongue between your teeth. It's part of the English language that you claim to fucking speak. No, we don't speak English, we speak Irish. Fucking speak English then, you fucks. Right? You didn't reinvent the language because you fucking took some letters out because you couldn't be bothered. And same with you Americans. Fucking favorite has a U in it, you fucks. Color has a U. You can't reinvent the English language. Is there a fucking dictionary in American where you've just taken the U out of everything? GHT, donut with a D-O-N-U-T. It's D-O-U-G-H. That's how you spell the word dough. Donuts are made out of dough. It's a dough nut. It's a nut of dough. It's not a nut of dough, it's a circle of dough. It should be called a fucking dough circle. Shut the fuck up. Alright, I'm already angry. It's your fault no matter what, anyway. So on my nuke list of the 3-year-olds who can't do math, Americans who fucking say math instead of maths, and Irish who fucking can't pronounce TH, they can all die horrible burning deaths because they can't speak properly. Anyone who's mentally retarded in some way, through no fault of their own, I'll put fucking shields over those guys and they won't get harmed. But the rest of you who have all the power to fucking go and maths and fucking go 3 + 3 = 6 or 3 × 3 = 9 and you don't do it properly because you're a fucking dickhead, you're getting nuked. It's my final warning. I'm going to take over the White House during that whole interim. During the fumigation, I'm going to be in there with a fucking mask. I'm going to be pressing buttons and going, fucking, yeah, Diet Coke, Diet Coke, Diet Coke, nuke. That's what's going to happen. And it'll know. It'll just know. Don't let fucking people who use the word math survive. Or who say tree instead of three. I'm pretty sure they've got AI built into fucking nukes these days, and it will fucking know. I'll be back when this fucking dries, and I'll put fucking more glue and all the other shit, right? I just realized a problem with this double gluing thing. I can't remember which was the last glue I used. Was it this one, the primer, or this one, the glue? The only way I can figure that out is rewinding it, but I'm gonna just press, yeah, there's no stick whatsoever. So that's the silicone. Unfortunately, it looks like there's some fucking lumps here. Hardened plastic lumps, just bump, they'll never flatten. I don't want to get copyright infringement and shit because there's some fucking computer game playing in the background. Hopefully that didn't destroy it for me. Here we go. Alright. Anyway, I didn't need to wait as long as I just did for that to dry. It only takes like 2 minutes for the silicone to dry. See that bit there where the brush is meeting up against the lace hairline? That's fucked. With poly that would not be a problem. Of course with lace it is always a problem. As most things are problems with lace. Because lace is shit. Except at the perimeter. Do you understand what I mean by perimeter? If you don't, then fuck off. Now I'm gonna have to wait for 15 minutes for this stuff to dry. This is Ultra Tape Ultra Hold. This is acrylic glue being painted or applied over the top of silicone. And I'm not gonna call it glue because it's not glue because it doesn't stick to anything except maybe the fucking scalp. So I'm just gonna call it primer forever. So they should get rid of the word glue from this packaging because it doesn't fucking stick shit to shit. Most things wouldn't probably stick shit together, especially wet shit. Diarrhea, very hard to stick together apparently. Check out this fucking guy. He's been a dickhead the whole game. I made sure I killed him last. Fucking piece of shit. Look at him. I'm red. Look, I'm not even taking my fucking turn. This guy, I got fucking 5 cards and fucking I own every single territory in the world except for that one fucking stupid spot that I don't care about. Just fucking smash him if I wanted to. But I'm gonna let him sweat, piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you, piece of shit. Dry. Just gotta make sure that the computer doesn't take over and start killing him, you know. Weird peeling, fucking weird peeling shit. Silicone. Doesn't peel like normal glue. Holy fuck. That's not good. I think that is. If I can stay there, you stupid piece of shit. Alright, fuck. Good to see the tape isn't ripping off inside the glue. Splotchy. Never had to cut glue before. There you go. First time I've ever cut glue. This guy, have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Well, if you haven't, you're a fucking dickhead. You know the bald guy, the wise guy, who's all like, wears an orange cloak and he's like a monk, and he's a eunuch because somebody chopped his dick off? Inside his altar is the guy who chopped his dick off, just like fucking skin and bones, just fucking, he's keeping him alive. That's what I'm doing with this prick. I used to follow the ways of Jesus, but then I realized Jesus is wrong. Forgiveness is bullshit. Bullies deserve to be punished. So this guy can get fucked. Let's see if this fucking thing holds at all. Although life was better when I did follow the way of Jesus. Not necessarily a give-take scenario with other people. It was more of a give, take. Give, take. That was how life was as a Christian. I thought Jesus was the way, the truth, and the light. Instead, he just causes unnecessary suffering, like communism. Good idea. Sounds beautiful. Pass the joint. Pass the doobie around the left-hand side. That's what Jesus did with his followers. Sat in a fucking hippie circle, smoked joints all day long. You might have thought, well, times were easier. They weren't easier, they were fucking harder. People were getting crucified and shit. But he still did it. There must have been wars going on when he was a kid though as well. It never really goes into that so much, does it, in the Bible? I don't really understand the history of Israel during the time of Jesus' childhood. Can you imagine the Americanized version of Jesus as a teenager? With his fucking locker and the Wildcats and all the fucking American shit and the mentioning of place names that are only applicable to Americans and the American traditions that they mention in every fucking television show from America because they're unaware of the rest of the world. Yeah. Strongly anti-American. Not strongly anti-American for Americans who are in America doing American shit, but when it comes to broadcasting how life is supposed to be, something we can all relate to, they don't understand that they get an international audience and they come across as absolute fucking maniacal, narcissistic pieces of fucking shit. If the other person you're speaking to tells you where they come from and it's a country name, don't say, I come from Atlanta, right? Say, I come from the United States of America, or I come from America. Don't fucking start expecting the other person to know your fucking city, all right? I say Melbourne all the time because I'm just one person. I'm not constantly, I know Melbourne or Victoria, Australia. We're in the southern point. Oh well, he's dead. Now, we'll see if this fucking hairline thing actually works. You could see how thick that layer was right across the front hairline there. The tape marking method seems to be fairly accurate on this occasion, even though I had all that extra spludgy shit that I had to cut off with scissors. Have you ever seen anyone cut glue with scissors like that? Me neither. So there's not a smooth, finger-friendly forehead to hair transition here. It is a lump. Let's not make any fucking bullshit about this. This is a big fucking lump right across there where the forehead goes bump. And if I push on that, it will eventually lift. There's a bit of lifting there as well where the tape was not exactly accurate. It'll be interesting to see if this silicone primer experiment is successful. You're not going to see the results in this video. I'm going to make another video in the future showing the results. But for your sake, on this occasion, I'll wait for this hair to dry. And I'll fucking torture another piece of orange shit and risk. Come back to you when the hair's dry and I'll put some shit through the hair. But I'm pleased that I've done it. It could be something that's necessary not only with lace but also with poly to stop sweat coming up through from the pores and fucking up the hairpiece. I'll be back when my hair dries and I've killed a few people. Alright, it's kind of dry, isn't it? Looks stupid though, of course. Yeah, I got a free. Oh, preservative free. Right. Get my hopes up. I've crushed a few of my opposition now, so I feel a little bit better. I'm just gonna put some of this shit in my hair. I've got to do something about this bench space. These are getting a little bit annoyingly. I'm going to put a 6mm guard on this. Blowing out on the sides there. It's better when it's sleek on the sides. But that's not what, I'm not saying you should shave your sides short. I'm saying you should sort of probably grow them out like that so they can brush them all back together. Every time I do them short, it's just... But I've got the whole grey, wiry shit happening on the sides too now. Something to worry about. I'm intrigued as to whether or not this silicone primer is going to work. I will leave this for a few hours before I edit this video, even though I just want to edit you and get the fuck out of my life. I will, for your sake, leave it until it dries properly. Right. As it stands, it looks like this, but it's damp, so it's not a real indication. But for people who have straight hair and their lives are fucking easy, it probably would just sit like this and not change, I think. That's how easy their lives are. It doesn't go spring after it dries. Okay guys, this is pretty fucking dry. I've been just smashed by these pricks. Which country do you think prays to tyrants? United States of America. Blah, 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 we pray to our flag, fuck, 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 right? They're all fucks. I always thought it was the Turks and the Middle Eastern countries that were the worst, and now the Americans are just, they fucking, if they can't win the game, they'll totally support the tyrant and fucking destroy everybody else and help the tyrant win. What kind of mentality is that? That's like seeing somebody kicking a puppy, and because, well, that guy's too big for me to stop him from kicking the puppy, I'm just gonna give him a pat on the back and say, yeah, kick the puppy. And help him kick the puppy. Throw rocks at the puppy. That's the Americans. Fuck you guys. Now I'm sure that 70 million of you only are like that. Jesus. I fucking hate these people. Sometimes I just wish I could send a drone with an automatic IP address tracker and fucking blow the fucking piece. They're fucking playing their fucking wanking off to their fucking destructiveness. Just blast the shit out of them, because if they're like that playing Risk, then they're like that in everyday life. Guaranteed. This is a psychology report that I'm looking at when I see these people play games. So if you're the sort of person who cuts people off in traffic and thinks only about yourself, like you're number one, we're number one. If your culture has affected you to that level, please die. Save me the trouble. This hairpiece looks all right, right? Right. It's that's what it looks like. Let's just hope that this silicone underlay of primer works well. Oh, but the fucking hairline isn't good. I told you, it's got fucking unbleached knots, and it's not a brushed back look. Get used to it. You're not doing brushed back looks ever again. Okay? Banned. You wear a hairpiece. It's not a fucking hair. It's not hair. It's not real fucking hair growing out of your head, is it? If you can get away with something like this, nobody's going to question it. Say, oh, can you pull your hair back and let me just do a quick inspection to see if you're wearing a hairpiece? They're not going to fucking question this, are they? No, they're fucking not. Yes, it's very lucky if you can if you can get away with a brushed back look, because your hairpiece is so fucking awesome and the glue is perfect and it's perfect weather conditions and there's no heat, all right? I'm hoping with this particular underlay, fuck this bench. I'm hoping that this will be a good underlay, a good primer with whatever fucking glues over the top. Hopefully it won't melt in the heat as much. Beaming sunshine down through the scalp onto this shit, it will fucking melt it. But my head heat on my body, with all the capillaries and everything I told you, people bleed profusely when they get knocked out and fucking shit like that. The head bleeds a lot, okay? So I'm hoping that the heat from the head will be reduced. I'm hoping the sweat will be non-existent. How can it exist? It's gonna hit that fucking silicone. If the silicone starts to peel, that will be the main failing. Just drop another fucking thing off the bench. Your fault. Oh, fuck Risk. I fucking hate these guys. Alright, I'm gonna go and kick some ass now. I have to fucking spend hours editing this shit now. Can you just watch it in bits? I should just fucking release every fucking unedited clip and just go boom, 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 there's 30 videos. Instead, I'm gonna sit there